Hi. So this is Fatima of My Holistic Life, founder of Holistic Life Los Angeles, and I wanted to just go over with you detoxification symptoms. What does that look like? Oftentimes, I find that there are clients who are doing these juice fasts, and they don't start detoxing until after they're done with the juice fast. Well, why is that, Fatima? Well, I'm glad you asked. The reason for that is because if that colon is not moving during that juice cleanse, via enemas, via colon hygiene, colon lavage, colonics, if you're not pooping out copious amounts of poop, like lots and lots and massive amounts of waste matter, then your body's not really cleansing. You're actually retoxing, and that waste is going deeper and deeper into the tissues. And so what happens is when that doesn't happen, and say for example, the person's doing a 5-day juice cleanse, or say just 3 days of juice cleansing, they may not come to see me until they're done with the juice cleanse, which it's kind of the opposite way around. I prefer, and I have found that for me, it's much more effective if I cleanse the colon first before the cleanse, then again in the middle, and then again shortly after. Simply because you have to awaken all that waste. And so what that juice does is it acts as like a detergent. I once heard Natalia Rose say this, that it acts as like a detergent. So what it is, it's like a solvent that starts to loosen up all this waste in the system. And as a result of all that waste getting stirred up, something has to be able to help that move through. Well, guess what? A toxic colon that's stagnant, filled with waste, can't do that. And so you need a little help. That's when you got to call in your backup. That's where colon lavage comes in. I've seen where people are doing these juice cleanses, and I start to ask them, well, how's your bowels been since you've been doing the juice cleanse? I'm cleansing for 5 days. I've been doing it for 5 days. I think I'm going to do it for 10 whole days. But you're not pooping at all. So you're basically detoxing to retox. And that waste that you're stirring up so aggressively via this juice is going deeper and deeper into the tissues, creating cellular stagnation. And so deep tissue cleansing and cellular renewal happens as a result of you creating a sense of release. And so that's where colon lavage will come in handy. Now, in terms of the detox symptoms that are common, I see this all the time. You'll have a person that maybe they have a subtle headache. Or maybe they may feel like they have cold symptoms, a slight cough or congestion. Maybe there's a lot of mucus that gets stirred up in the body, and then all of a sudden, the eyes are watery, the nose is congested, and I have a really bad cold. I can't come in for my visit because I got a cold. That's actually your body trying to stir that waste up and get it out. The same thing with fever or flu-like symptoms. Sometimes if the person starts to get flu-like symptoms and breaks out in a fever, that's actually kind of a good thing, because that's the body's way of trying to push toxic waste out via the skin. This is the body's largest organ of elimination. And so how better to create that, to facilitate the elimination of that waste, than to create an internal heat, so to speak, an internal fire that creates sweating. And this is where sauna is really, really helpful. So what I usually do with clients, when I see them have a really, really big, massive release after their first visit or second visit, I know that person's probably going to start detoxing relatively soon thereafter. And so what I like to see is something that I call an alkaline bath. Let me backtrack. I would like to see that person come back in for a follow-up to assist all of that waste in coming out further, as a result of maybe 24 to 48 hours of just sitting with that hydration in the colon. So the body will eliminate waste, but then the body also will stir up waste and hold water in the body as a result of the fecal matter not being willing to dislodge at that time. So it's kind of like a soaking. But during that time, I think that saunas are great, preferably far infrared sauna, because it creates a slow heating of the body, but a deep tissue heating once you finally get to sweating. What I call an alkaline bath. Alkaline bath is basically just a little bit of apple cider vinegar, what else? Apple cider vinegar or and sea salt or Epsom salts. And so you do that in a tub of really, really hot water and soak to the point where you're like sweating profusely, and that will help to offset some of the detox symptoms. But yeah, I mean, if you're finding yourself detoxing rather aggressively, even body aches and pains, you may be detoxing. So don't freak out, don't over medicate. Do the things that I mentioned, including maybe even if you can't get it back in for a colon lavage session or a colon cleansing session, maybe do an enema, just a plain old water enema. And I'll do an enema how-to video a little bit later. But I just wanted to kind of address that whole thing regarding detoxification and what that looks like and what that feels like. So good luck on your cleansing journey. And if you're juicing, make sure you get to that colon first. Don't wait. Do it first. All right. This is your girl Fatima, and thank you for tuning in. This is My Holistic Life.